Hello, this is Kiyato, and I'm dressed up as Banana. What's up everyone? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Yeah, welcome to my video game pickup haul for October. And it is October's meaning Halloween, which is the reason why I'm in a banana costume. And it's not often you get dressed up, or at least for most people, because I technically go anime conventions, so I dress up a lot. But banana! I'm a potassium banana, that's healthy for you guys. But yeah, this is my old Halloween costume. Still wear every year because it's probably the easiest costume to wear. But yeah, Halloween, spooky time. And what way to celebrate Halloween than Silent Hill 2. So, funny enough, I played the remake last year, absolutely loved it, and managed to actually get a copy of the original Silent Hill 2 for PS2. Unfortunately, it's the black label, but you know, I got this through GameStop for like $95, or I think it was like 90, and it had everything in there. So really good find, absolutely beautiful, because I've been meaning to try to get my hands on all the original Silent Hill games for consoles. But you guys kind of saw the thumbnail. And I also picked up some spooky Halloween games too, so Castlevania Judgment, a shitty ass 1 vs 1 fighting game, and House of the Dead 2 and 3, which, same thing, both at GameStop, and still I'm actually pretty happy with these games because I absolutely love horror games. So I try my best to try to collect as much horror games because a lot of times I like going back to them to be able to play and, you know, enjoy. I mean, my favorite one that I have, and it's probably my scariest one to play, is Fatal Frame 1 to 3. It's like a more amplified version of the Resident Evil like original games with the shitty ass tank controls, but holy shit, reading the summaries, like stories, and just like the environment is the scariest. So Fatal Frame is definitely the scariest game I play no matter what to this day of age. But yeah, pick these ones up. And funny enough, I actually did go to GameStop before I start. You know, I had everything kind of ready for recording, but had to get gas, and went to my local GameStop around the area, and let me see if I can try and do this. But there we go. So my GameStop was pretty stacked with some pretty good games. A lot of them I already had copies of, but these ones I actually don't have in my collection. So I picked up Dragon Warrior 7, I think? Yeah, Dragon Warrior 7 before it became, you know, localized as Dragon Quest. So picked this up for a pretty good deal myself. I'm a pro member, so I got a bigger discount since I had like my monthly rewards membership. So I got this on a little stupid deal. And Runes of Virtue 2. This is the SNES full box game. So funny enough, I'm quite surprised that they sold this at a GameStop. Like, someone actually got rid of this, which is nuts. But I did not see if it was actually complete in box or not, because I just bought it because I was just like, oh, this is like $60 normally. Got it for $35. But taking a look here, holy shit, everything is in here. Wait, what's this? I don't know what this means, but this was left in behind of the cardboard. So I think someone was trying to do their homework and they had a secret stash. But yeah, everything is in here. You got the original manual right here, and you got the game, which I forgot that SNES games were packaged like that in the past, but yeah, everything looks pretty legit. This is actually a really good condition game. Like, it almost feels like it's like fake until you realize it's real, because there's like indents on the back right here, and they use the traditional screws that were used for SNES. So damn, this is a really clean, like, complete unbox of what is it, Ultima Runes of Virtue 2. So this is way too clean. So probably one of the craziest finds literally to this day recording. But yeah, pick those up at GameStop. So I picked up some Nintendo Switch games this month. I only picked up about like 2 right here. Which one of them I actually got for a really good deal because Target was having a clearance on many of their video games. So I picked up Princess Peach Showtime for what, $19 right here? 18? Can't really see. There we go, the camera. But yeah, really good deal. I've been meaning to get this game for a really good price for now. I was expecting it to go like $30 during Black Friday, but hey, $19? That's a win on my book. They also had like Mario vs. Donkey Kong as well, but I was trying to make sure I find it for this price range too, because that's like one of the Switch games I'm trying to get as well, but I'm not trying to spend $50. But yeah, picked up that, and I also picked up YSX Nordics on the Switch. So very underrated JRPG series that I heard so many good things about. This as well as Trails of Cold Steel. So been meaning to try to collect many of the YS series games for my JRPG collection. So got this through Amazon for about roughly like $40 or so. So pretty good deal. I mean, I think it's like one of the lower games that I saw that was, you know, not going to go any lower if I'm being quite honest. But yeah, I picked up those for the Switch. And then next up are my PlayStation 5 games for what I picked up. And you know, these two I actually got through Target as well because of the whole clearance. So I picked up Metaphor as well as Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And take a look at the clearance price. 15 buckaroos and $21. So couldn't resist. Those are absolutely amazing deals. So especially the Dragon Ball Z games, since man, 15 bucks for a sealed copy. Like, get out of here. But Metaphor, I actually have a sealed copy of this game already up in the little corner up there. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to get an extra copy is because this one I actually do plan on playing it, and I don't want to open my sealed copy at all, so I want to leave it as it is. So finding this for a really good price, I'm actually pretty happy, and you know, eventually I might go into streaming and want to stream like games. So let me know in the comments below if you guys possibility might be interested to watch me stream or not. Commentary, dumbass commentary, maybe in a banana suit, who knows. But yeah, I got those through Target. And then this one, same thing as the YS game. I get this through Amazon as well. I got for like roughly $35 or $40, I believe. But the Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2. So another underrated series that is a really good JRPG game. So like I said, YS, and this is probably the most underrated and not well talked about from a lot of people, but is one of the most highly acclaimed by people that really play a lot of JRPG games. So definitely want to get my hands onto, you know, starting out on the series. So yeah, but those were my PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch pickups. Alright, next up in my pickups are the PlayStation 2 games, which got a fairly good amount, as well as Silent Hill 2 that you guys saw like in the beginning. But yeah, picked some up from mostly half-price bookstores, since that's my usual go-to for video games and manga books. But I picked up The Suffering Ties That Bind, which is funny because I think the month prior my friend got me a copy on the Xbox. So finding it on the PS2 is quite surprising. And it actually comes with the manual too this time, so I think the other one he gave me was manual. But yeah, I'm actually curious about if this is better on the PlayStation 2, because I actually did see that this one has higher ratings than the Xbox, so it's quite interesting. But yeah, it's The Suffering Ties That Bind. So, oh, and this is the sequel, so now I'm trying to find the first one that came out. I picked up, was it One Piece Pirates Carnival? So about 10 bucks, and I think nope, everything's in here too. That's pretty sweet. But One Piece before One Piece blew up and became like the most hypest anime. Like, jeez, I think it's almost more popular than Dragon Ball Z at this point. But yeah, shit. Take a look right here. 4 kids. I remember watching this on Channel 13 for kids when the program was running, and man, it's crazy how like one piece like blows up like 20 years later. I remember watching this in like early 2000s on 4Kids. So we're just seeing. Remember the Ocean dub? Holy shit, man, good times. But picked up that. I picked up Simpsons Road Rage, and some of these, I think this is one of the ones that don't have a manual, so, but still, $10 for a black label. I'm actually pretty happy, and don't know if there's a lawsuit regarding about this back then in the past, because this was literally a copy paste of Crazy Taxi, so, which, what the game is focused on, so. I'm actually quite curious to look it up myself to see if there was any, like, lawsuits, but it's the Simpsons. They have so much money that I would not be surprised if they settled or anything. But pretty fun game back then when I played it when I was a kid. And speaking of missing manual, here's another game that I am missing a manual for. Rogue Galaxy. Shit, $15? Cheaper too. I actually got this for a pretty good deal, surprisingly, through GameStop. And the only thing that sucks about it is, yeah, missing manual, but I think this was definitely one of the more underrated RPGs back then, because I do think I heard from friends that played this that they actually liked it a lot. So, you know, wish I had more time on my hands to be able to play a lot more RPGs like I did in middle school and high school. But Rogue Galaxy, got that. And then, another, oh, this one was a really good one I picked up. But I picked up Onimusha 3 for a PlayStation 2. Got for under $13, which not a bad price. I think the hardest Onimusha game to get is, I believe, 2. It was something called like Dawn of Awakening or something. Might have been Onimusha 4. But yeah, picked this up at GameStop. And yeah, many of my games I always pick up, I always get through half price or GameStop, because those are actually really good deals, considering if you guys ever look like price charting or Game Eye, like these games, I think I saved myself a good like usually over $8 or so. But here is the last PlayStation 2 game that I picked up, which is Tekken 4. The most broken Tekken game, where Jin is, I think that was the main character's name, who on the front right here. Jin was broken. I think he had like an infinite that literally just unlocks you. But yeah, funny enough, I never actually played like Tekken 4 at all. I mostly played Tekken Tag Tournament the most. Not any Tekken game, but man, Tekken back then, oh, and Tekken now is still really good too. Like, I want to get my hands on Tekken 8 and play some Lily and some King, you know, do some wrestling moves. But yeah, those were, including this, those were all my PlayStation 2 pickups for this month. Alright, next up are a mixture of everything. I guess I'll go over the other PlayStations since I was going through that anyways, but here are some PlayStation Vita, or not Vita, PSP. Why did I say Vita for? PSP and PlayStation 3. So for PSP, picked up Valkyrie Profile, Lenneth. So got this through Facebook Marketplace by seller, and got it for a really good. He sold it to me for like $13, which honestly, like I said, I'm trying to collect all the JRPG games. So getting this is a pretty good deal, honestly. And I picked up 2 anime games. That's not really anime, but you might as well consider it. But Bleach Soul Resurrection. Did I say it right? Yeah. So got this at GameStop, and really quickly actually, this game, as well as oh man, I forgot what the other game I got was. But there's like 2 games that I got through GameStop where they did the whole buy 2 get 1 pre-owned. So if you guys ever like buy video games, man, I'll try to keep on the banana suit. If you guys ever buy pre-owned games, take a look at the deals. Sometimes GameStop will do like buy 2 get 1 free, and you know, pick. Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I show what the other one was, but yeah, buy 2 get 1 free. So these both were like $20 each. So I managed to get like another, you know, old school game for like almost the same price value for free. So yeah, just letting you guys know about that. And Yakuza Dead Soul, which is pretty pricey, which goes for $71 if you have a pro membership, $75 if you don't. But yeah, I think I kind of just winged it and just decided to buy this because I did know from a past interview where the director is not wanting to do a remake of this game. Absolutely not. This game was shit poor. Like it sold so poorly in the US as well as Japan. I think this game almost made the franchise go bankrupt because they were trying to cater to the Western audience of you know, zombies and everything. But I remember seeing this game back then, and it was definitely very interesting. But yeah, I don't think that we will be ever getting a remake of this game any sorts in the near future. I could be wrong, but I'm just going based off old interviews from what I've seen. So decided to get it because I feel like as a Yakuza fan, I mean, gotta get this in my collection now. But yeah, those were my PSP and PlayStation 3 pickups. Here are some of my GameCube ones I got, and this was the other game I got that was part of the buy 2 get 1 free. And I picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Battle Nexus. So sad news, no manual, it was missing. Good news, this game is amazing, and I remember playing this on a PlayStation 2, and I had the first one, which was alright, but this one's actually really fun. I think this is like one of my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games to play. Like, the story, the adventure, like, it is a fun beat 'em up, and, you know, since it's the GameCube, you know, 4-player actions, I would actually want to like stream this and play with friends. This would be absolutely chaotic, and what's also chaotic is the fact that this is a 2-disc game too, which I did not know that this game was a 2-disc on the GameCube, weirdly enough. But I'm happy you got this one. And I got Sonic Gems Collection, which I feel like this is a little higher in price. It's not a complete box, so I'm missing manual, but it has some interesting rarity games of, was it Sonic R? What else? Sonic CD and Sonic the Fighters, which very interesting Sonic games during that time period. But includes Sonic CD, 6 bonus games, 3 must-have hits. So, oh wow, it actually has the old Sonic games over here too. So this is one of the interesting collections of the Sonic GameCube games, because I know there's a Sonic Mega Collection, which I think has all the Sonic games from the Genesis, but this one comes with the Sega Saturn, Sega CD version. So man, I feel like they released a Sega collection Sonic like every console generation. We just got one for like the Switch of shit, what was it, the anniversary one, or Sonic Generation. There's so much Sonic in life right now. But that was everything for the GameCube pickups. The last pickups I got are for the Xbox, the OG Xbox. So Amimusha, or Genma Amimusha, which I think it's a remake or a remaster of it just for the Xbox. So $8, you know, it's $8, nothing too pricey. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny, this one I'm actually pretty happy to have in my collection, because I think I'm trying to do a collection of all of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. So holy shit, is this ugly as fuck. What the fuck? That's so bad looking. But yeah, those are my Xbox pickups, which I think the only one I'm missing from the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, that's not like from the handhelds, is I think the one for the GameCube, which is also a very shit poor game as well. I think the only one that's good on the console is like Roses of Duelist. If I'm actually, Forbidden Memory I think is a good one. That one's just a weird fusion of just random monsters. But yeah, here are my Xbox pickups. Alright, moving on are my PlayStation 1 games, which I totally forgot to mention about. But yeah, picked up 2 PlayStation 1 games. I picked up Spider-Man as well as Twisted Metal 2 both black labels, and this one I actually got for a very good deal, like $20 at GameStop. Which, if you guys see the glossiness, it's because I usually put like a CD case protective sleeve on it, so that way, you know, it's in minty, fresh condition. But yeah, been meaning to find this for a long time now for like a reasonable price, because resale usually goes for like $35 average and above. So find this for like $20, I'm actually pretty happy that I managed to find one of the trademarks of the PlayStation 1 era games. And also Spider-Man, which this I will say is a little higher than what I would have paid for. But I do know that this usually goes for $40, $30. I just wish it was a little cheaper. But man, this game is a blast from the past. I remember playing this game and dying a lot, because if you fall off the building, you just die. Which, I mean, theoretically, in real life, you would, but you're Spider-Man. You should not be dying falling off a building. You should be swinging your web slingers, swinging around. So, man, I think this is what caused me to die the most, because the controls were pretty wonky navigating through the swinging portion of this game. But regardless, like the fighting, just overall experience, this is definitely one of my favorite. Actually, I can't say favorite, but I enjoyed this game a lot during that time period. But yeah, I got that. I also picked up some DS games, which this one is probably the weirdest one, which I picked up. But Metroid Prime First Hunt. So this is a demo, which, yeah, I don't know how people got this, but this is a sealed demo copy of Metroid Prime First Hunt, which I actually do have the full game itself already. But this is pretty cool because the cartridge is in here, as you guys can see here, and there's like some artwork on the side that you guys can tell. But yeah, demos are not like what it used to back then. I think this one you probably got through a magazine, because if you guys remember back in like stores, they had like video game magazines, and a lot of them would come with like demo disc of the games where you can actually, you know, try out the games before the age of the internet, where you could just download it through the PlayStation Store or Xbox Store. But back then, it was definitely through like magazines or going through like GameStop or some video game store or whatever to grab the demos. But yeah, got that, and I picked up actual 2 Nintendo DS games. First is Dungeon Explorers Warriors of Ancient Arts, which, not gonna lie, this kind of looks like Gauntlet from the back of this for like the gameplay. But yeah, got this for $15 at half price, and take a look at this right here, Hudson. Have not seen Hudson in such a long ass time, ever since they're bankrupt. So this is kind of crazy to see a studio before, you know, it went bankrupt. But interesting times. Got that. And I picked up Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, the remake off from the original Nintendo console, or NES. So this is a remake of that, and 55. I mean, back then it was going for 70 and higher for a complete box, but 55, I had to bite the bullet. And you know, I'm finally able to have a Fire Emblem game in my collection, which is full complete box and everything. So, you know, still really happy to have this in my Fire Emblem collection. And here's this one, which is a story to tell, behold. But I picked up Silent Hill F, which I managed to get my hands on the steelbook as well. And you guys could definitely see back here. But this one's a very interesting one, because if you guys did not know, Silent Hill F, the steelbook of this was incredibly hard to get your hands on, because there's a production issue where they did not have enough to actually give out to everyone that pre-ordered a game. So it was a first come first serve basis of whoever got to the store first, because each GameStop that was giving this out for a pre-order bonus only had about, I think, less than 5. And keep in mind, from what I talked to with the GameStop employees, there would be about like average of like 15 or more people that pre-ordered a game in each store. So not everyone was going to be able to get their hands on this, and luckily enough, I did. since when I heard that issue, flew out, like drove immediately get my game. So you know, I managed to get the steelbook in my collection. So you know, it's a dub right there. So I do have something special to show you guys. About a week or two ago, I went to Retro Gaming Expo in Portland, Oregon, and I went there specifically to meet a couple of voice actors, which one of them is David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake himself. And we also have the voice of Meryl and Colonel Roy, so went there specifically to meet them and get some things signed, which I want to show you guys. But before anything, here's one of the things I actually bought at the expo, which is Mega Man Battle Network 5. And it may look like a sealed copy because you can see the sticker and the shrink wrap, but it's actually been opened. Someone opened it through a top layer, which I'm actually fine with because the shrink wrap on this does look really good in the condition. Like, everything's in here. So if you guys know me, Mega Man Battle Network is one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games out there, and right now I'm trying to collect all the Mega Man Battle Network games, which, let me get my other one. It's weird watching a banana walk around the room. So now I got 2, which I'm missing a lot. There's 3, there's 2, there's 1. But yeah, I got this for about like $75, which isn't too bad of a deal, considering that it's really good condition shape. So yeah, bought it at the expo. But yeah, here are all my Metal Gear Solid games that I got signed through David. Actually, I'm missing the one on my PS1, which I will show in a second. But you got Metal Gear Solid 4, which, you know, you got Campbell, you got Meryl, you got Snake himself. Literally got like every Metal Gear Solid game, like Metal Gear Substance 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, which this one, like he even admitted that the ink was dying, so it kind of sucks, but his signature is, you know, you can kind of tell. This one you can clearly. And then a lot of people's favorites, surprisingly, but Metal Gear Solid 2 Twin Snakes, which is right here. Here is my Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1, which this one he did write a quote. You're pretty good. So, man. He was one of the people I wanted to meet for like a very long time now to like get all my Metal Gear Solid games signed. So finally came to meet him doing the voice in front of me multiple times and just being able to interact with him. It was such a great experience. Not a great experience for my money though, because I think I dropped down like $300 just to get like a lot of the voice cast for Metal Gear Solid. But you know what? It was well worth it. It's not often that you get to be able to, you know, meet some legendary voice actors for a legendary franchise. So show you guys one last time, and next time if I do see them again, like meet them, I'm going to bring all my Metal Gear Solid portables, like the Metal Gear Solid Acid as well as Portable Plus, to get those signed, and Peace Walker. So you know what? I'm ready for that. Alrighty, if you guys made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. But yeah, that'll pretty much end it here for this pickups haul for this month of October. I think it's time for me to split, and honestly, if you guys can, let me know on the comments below, what is the scariest game that you guys ever played? I would love to see what you guys have to say, and be very intrigued, because a lot of people would say Alien Isolation. For me, like I said before, Fatal Frame 1 to 3, holy shit, both those 3 games scare me even to this day. And oh yeah, and also if you guys didn't know, they're remaking Fatal Frame 2 over its shoulder, so that'll be quite interesting. Don't know if that'll be any good, fingers crossed it will, because last time we had that was Fatal Frame 5, and that wasn't that great. But anyways, that'll pretty much end it here for this video. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful Halloween, and by the time this is out, it's November. So, you know what? Here's a full outfit. Sometimes I like to put my phone under here because that's how But anyways, hopefully you guys have a wonderful month. Be safe out there, and yeah, Black Friday is coming up, so we'll definitely see what video games will be on sale for that month. So expect a lot of Nintendo games for there. But anyways, hope to catch you guys in my next video game pickups, or if you guys want to check out my vlogs. I did release some vlogs of my New York trip, so definitely very fun to film, and just definitely fun to look back on. But I got that and some anime pickups, so catch those videos if you guys can. But anyways, hope to see you guys in my next one, and peace. And here's a thumbs up too. Bye.